Hello everyone, I am Dipak Aditya. I have 18 years of experience in teaching, including 14 years in the university, and 12 years of project management experience in the government departments of Australia. I am highly interested in project management and change management. I prepared a video, Fundamentals of Organizational Change, and like to present it to you. Chapters of Fundamentals of Organizational Change. There are 10 chapters, starting with the organizational change concept and then organizational change management. Chapter 3 is about change strategies. Next, illustrated compelling need with 3 cases. Chapter 5 is about change models. Chapter 6 is the application of combined models. Chapter 7 and 8 are about integrated change management. Finally, Scrum approach and a tailored change management project. There is a job description. What is organizational change? Organizational change is moving from a static stage to a desired stage. Change management is a process of renewal of an organization's direction, structure, and capabilities to meet the needs of the business. Organizational change is mostly planned, but sometimes comes unplanned. The unplanned change is because of a crisis. Planned change is systematic and intentional. The organization takes initiative to change to gain new business. Change has enormous impact on the staff and the organization, causing failure or success of the organization. The staff may get frustrated or depressed if the change is not done carefully. They may resist the change. Resistance and barrier will be discussed later. The critical success factor for change management is important for successful change. Examples of critical success factors are making change happen, focus on long-term results over short-term gains, develop a vision and a strategy, encourage action among all the followers, talk about the new vision, change all the policies that no longer fit the new vision, make sure that the changes become a part of the daily routine of the organization. Determinants of organizational change management. There are 12 determinants described. Here, the determinants presented are clear and shared vision and strategies for change readiness of the organization, and change team performance. The vision should be aligned with the organization's strategy. Change readiness identifies readiness of the organization, and the guiding coalition team performance is very important for successful change. Determinants of organizational change management. The 3 determinants presented here are models for managing change, resistance management, and effective communication. There are various change management models for use, including ADKAR and Kotter. Resistance is the highest barrier to change, and communication is a key factor for change. All of them are discussed in the change strategies section. Determinants. 3 issues presented here are motivation of employees, stakeholder engagement, and leadership and sponsorship. Employee motivation is an active part of mobilizing employees for change. The change initiatives require significant engagement from stakeholders of all levels. Powerful leadership and strong sponsorship ensure successful change. Determinants. The 3 determinants of organizational change management are presented here: reinforcement and sustained change, the approach and planning for change, and monitoring and measuring organizational change initiatives. We cannot achieve a successful change without sustaining the change. Planning is the fundamental step. Poor planning is the main reason for organizational change initiative. The change should be monitored to keep the momentum of change. Techniques are available for assessing change readiness. For example, if an organization wants cloud computing, assess relevance for the core business, high or low, integration of IT services into other systems, network bandwidth, high or low, latency, high or low, organization's compliance realization effort, high or low, the compliance requirement, high or low. To overcome resistance, introduce the change slowly. This is a thumb rule. Encourage the employee to participate in the change activities. Provide training about the benefit of the change. Develop trust, minimizing misunderstanding. Provide support for reducing fear and anxiety to face the change program. Communication is the heart of change. Communicate at right time to prepare people for the change. Announce, explain, adapt to different stakeholders group and use multiple channels. Provide a clear message honestly. Have open two-way communication. Organizational culture is the most influential factor in directing change. It can be a barrier or may cause resistance. Culture can help in the collaboration of the employee for successful change as well. Break the barrier with courage. Leave no shortcoming. Change the resistance culture. Effectively communicate the change and buy in top management support. Transformational leadership is essential to act as a change leader. This leadership style is capable of figuring out the needs of the people and developing ways for addressing them. It is the most famous leadership style. This type of leader can motivate people to deliver more than expected by the organization. Employ a change agent. A change agent is a mediator and helps an organization to transform. Qualities of a change agent are empathy, linkage, physical and psychological closeness to the organization's member, ability to plan change, openness, and lots of energy. The change will not be just for a change. There must be a compelling need for change. Compelling needs are necessary for companies to grow and succeed. Building information modeling, implementing BIM is compelling because it is getting mandated. Mergers and acquisitions are compelling needs too. Government regulations are compelling for change. The economic environment is often the force for change. Do you know why Kodak perished? Because the Kodak Management Committee continued to stick with the old idea of film cameras. They did not adopt the new technology of digital cameras. This was a classic case of failure to change. Remember, top management support is very essential to bringing about the change. Telsa pioneered electric vehicles. Others are following to survive. This is the right change. Construction companies must change to building information modeling, BIM. Otherwise, they will not get contracts from the government because it is going to be mandated. BIM benefits both the government and the industry. BIM is a digital platform for design and data exchange. This is an example of a change that complies with regulatory requirements. Use the A to Z model for developing a change management plan. Identify each stakeholder group. Ask what do the people need to do differently in Z, that is to reach the desired state. Ask what do the people need to be able to change, knowledge commitment. How do we prepare them for change through communication, training, and coaching? Answer the last question will lead to a detailed change management plan. Apply the appropriate change model. The model acts as a guide to facilitate change. My favorites are ADKAR and Kotter's 8-step model. ADKAR model is good for individual level and Kotter's at the process level. ADKAR can be implemented with no sequence and be repeated, but Kotter's must be implemented strictly in sequence. Please see the ADKAR diagram. Awareness, announce and explain the change. Desire, addresses the concern and show benefits of change. Knowledge, provides training. Ability, monitors performance and set reasonable goals. And reinforcement, uses positive feedback, reward, and recognition to keep following the new approach. Action steps of ADKAR. Our actions are targeted communication, sharing vision, and access information. Desire is advocating change, subordinate participation, and involvement. Knowledge is effective training. Ability is coaching by the top, elimination of any barriers. Reinforcement celebrates success, reward, and recognition and feedback. Kotter's model has 8 steps. The first 3 are related to creating urgency. The next 3 are to engaging and enabling the organization, and the last 2 are related to sustaining and anchoring the change in the organization. The first 3 steps, as mentioned before, are the preparation phase. The top management ensures that the change problem is well communicated to the members of the organization. The next 3 steps as the second phase is the action begins with empowering the staff with training, meeting the resistance, generating short-term wins to encourage the staff, get their trust to build the momentum of the change. The last phase, consolidate change to gain and produce more change. It is intended to enhance the effect of short-term wins, anchor the change into the culture of the organization, ensure the new course of action takes place. Application of combined models. Combined Kotters and ADKAR is very effective for complex change. While ADKAR focuses on the human side of the change, Kotter focuses on forming the change itself, individual and the team. How does the model combination work? Look back on the models, compare them. Creating Kotter's sense of urgency, awareness of ADKAR is to be raised. For a sense of urgency, awareness must be raised. Coalition formation requires top management who have the desire. Creating a vision and communicating helps make people aware of what the organization wants. Communicating vision enables employees to gain knowledge. Application of combined models. Kotter's empowerment is related to aspiration of knowledge and the ability to implement change. Creating short-term wins increases ADKAR's desire, and consolidate and anchoring is reinforcement. Integrated change management. It is a new way of managing change. It has 4 phases: prepare for the change, plan for change, manage change, and reinforce change. We will go through each of the phases one by one. Prepare for the change. Important issues are clarifying the vision, getting a better understanding of who to focus on, conducting stakeholder assessment, analyzing stakeholders and the project environment, and taking actions and monitoring stakeholders and adjusting the actions. Plan for the change. Plan activities, communicate and provide training, assess risk, and develop a mitigation plan. Manage the change. Face the resistance and minimizes them. Provide open and two-way communication and manage expectations. Involve those directly impacted. Reinforce and sustain the change. This is the last phase. Collect feedback, take corrective action, embed the change into the system, track the desired changes, and integrate the change into the HR system and policies. Integrated change management. Integrate with ADKAR for organizational change. The 3 phases are prepare approach, manage change, and sustain change. You can integrate change management with the famous Kotter's model as well. The step 1, data and stakeholder analysis. Step 2, develop coalition. Step 3, create a vision, change management plan and implementation plan. Step 4, communicating the vision. Step 5, empower and team building. Step 6, short-term win, planning and implementing workshop. Step 7, hold gains and consolidate. And Step 8, anchor the change. The Scrum approach for organizational change. Please see the figure for the process overview. It covers vision, training, and then Scrum application with participation. Scrum operates with sprint and Scrum events. Please see the tailored approach I prepared for organizational change in the following slides where Scrum is described. The tailored approach. The approach applies integrated change management with the change models and project management methodology. In this case, Scrum framework. Combined ADKAR and Kotter's models are used. Lean Six Sigma tools are used for the tailored organizational change management approach. The combined approach of Scrum, Kotter's and Lean Six Sigma. The Scrum events are repeated at each stage of the change. The tailored approach, creating a climate for change. It has 3 steps. Develop urgency with awareness of ADKAR, building coalition accompanied by clear desire for change, and forming strategic vision with awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. Please note, Kotter's is sequenced but not ADKAR. Creating urgency uses surveying and presenting the outcome to employees. The tailored approach. This presentation includes enlist volunteer army with ADKAR ability, enabling actions with knowledge for change, and generate short-term wins combined with knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. The change management plan is developed at the stage of enlisting a volunteer army. A barrier management plan with training is developed at stage 5, enabling actions. Short-term wins are achieved by implementing a segment of the change management plan. The tailored approach. Implement and sustain change. Sustain acceleration with knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. Anchor change combined with ADKAR's knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. At these stages, continue with implementing organizational change management plan. Update failure mode and effect analysis, FMEA. Updating FMEA is very important as it benchmarks the progress and identify the scope of improvement. Are you interested in change management? See the job description in the next slides and make yourself qualified. The job description. The change manager is central to change initiatives. Change manager focuses on business processes, systems, and technologies. The main responsibility is creating and implementing change strategies. There is little supervision role for the change manager. However, the change manager will be a coach for top management and provide support to the project team in integrating change management activities in the project plan. The job description of a change manager. Roles and responsibilities include applying change methodologies, carrying out change activities, creating change management plans, evaluating change readiness, assessing change impact, risk management, coaching, integrating change management in project plans, and supporting change management at the organizational level. Job description. Skills and qualifications are a solid understanding of people management through the change process and experience in change methodologies and tools. Communication skill is required to be at a high level for a change manager. Leadership and the ability to influence others and move towards the vision, the ability to work effectively at all levels, and being a team player are the criteria. Complete a change management certificate, preferably from a university. I wish you a very bright future. I acknowledge those I made reference to and my friends and families for supporting me in making this video.